Oh, we are currently live and it's showtime. It's showtime.
Welcome back to MUFC Realist TV and Beat the Press. Please stay tuned to find out these top stories with your host, Mick Ruby. Welcome to Beat the Press. Here we go.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go, guys. It's Tuesday. What can I say? Welcome back to the channel. I'm back. Although I did a sabbatical yesterday where I said, how does it feel to be a Manchester United this season, 2024? And it's been very confusing, hasn't it, people? And therefore, I decided I want to do this extra live stream as a fan engagement community. How do you feel to be a Manchester United supporter? As Sir Jim Ratcliffe has kind of come out and spoken to the, Manchester United Fan Supporters Trust, they must, pledging a lot of things, but at the end of the day, it's so confusing. It's not been approved. It's still in the waiting so far. They're visitors speaking to the masses, and that's why I say, talk is cheap as per this, headline as well, per this thumbnail. Like, don't want to be clickbait, but, talk is cheap and action speaks more than words. And, or another analogy, like, the proof will be in the pudding until it's eaten. So welcome back to the stream. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. And I will have a little bit more extra time to talk about the latest and greatest, what's going on with the Manchester United transfer news. There's been some, things popping up, and Mark is also coming in here. But I want to hear from you guys. How are you feeling? How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. This switch the scene. Hey everyone, how you doing? I can see who is everyone is here. Stephanie Griffith is here. How you doing, Stephanie? Let me see. George Vukovic to say we will see how ruthless to get rid of Deadwood. 100%. I mean, this is something that we have to do either way. I mean, the Deadwood is there, the player power, the lackluster performance, the wage bill fosters the player power in a way, George Vukovic. So big up to you for coming in here with your comments. You can guys see yourselves in the comments as well. Sanjay is here as well. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. And Sanjay is coming out with his glazes out, 100%. And SPK say, left my like. Good stuff. Thank you. Guys, it's so important in today's YouTubing, and especially there's no much content to report about. Have you noticed it's very dry today? It's like, I don't know where you live at the moment. I heard in UK or in Scandinavia and northern parts of Europe, it's freezing cold and snow. Where I live at the moment, it's very dry and hot. So I'd really appreciate if you give us a little bit thumbs up. Coles87 have to say that I'm with Stefan on this one. Until the entire club and staff of players has desire to win trophies this season, we're not going anywhere. It's true. I mean, what we are playing for, actually, it's not money, it's trophies. If you think about it as a fans, like, we want to see trophies. We want to have the bragging right. We want to be back on the top. But the question is, how far can he take us? How, there's been a lot of, I'm going to read this report one by one and what, Manchester United Supporters Trust was saying. But do they really represent the global fan base when it comes to our interest? 25%, what is that going to do? There's a lot of questions, but we are asking, what about the debt? What about January transfer window? What about the summer? Who are we signing? Are we going for youth? Are we selling the kids? I mean, latest reports was coming out today as well that, Granada is now the target for Pelistri. I thought he was going to PSV Eindhoven, right? I thought it was so. And also, we heard something about Fabrizio Romano debunking to say that we are not in for the we're in for João Felix, no, João Neves, but Benfica is saying denying. And on the other hand, our left back, the young Alvaro Fernandez, is going there on a move. But is that something to do with the summer? Would they do a swap deal? I don't know. I'm going to talk to Mark about this anyway. So big up to all of you that's coming in here, guys. And sorry, I was contemplating not to do a stream mental health is important for me, and I've been feeling a little bit down. Like, you that know me, you know me that I'm always trying to find balance, positive, thinking, it's international break, nothing to talk about. But then it reminds me, we have a global fan community, and it's always good to have a therapy session to do an engagement. So therefore, this stream is for you guys. This stream is only for you as a fan engagement, like Q&A. I want to hear from you guys as well, what you're saying and thinking. And I'm totally alone here until my producer comes in here. Let me just go over your comments as well to see, like, what you guys are saying. Big up to you. I see Jolly Malmin is here right now. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is doing all the right things. Yeah, he's doing the talk, Jolly. This is more than Glazer's ever done in 18 years. And of course, you're smart. You're utilizing this PR ops to talk to fans, to talk to, the fan forums, to talk to staff, to get them on board, because we are heading towards the unknown, right? Currently, we are stuck in quicksand. We are slowly sinking to the abyss with the finances hitting rock bottom. You know, is this explosion like, 25%? Does it leave to anyone else to come in within the 18 months to buy the remaining of the 65, 75%, whatever it's left of the B shares and A shares? It is so unknown. But what we've seen here also, latest reports are saying that we're going to get a sporting director. Yeah. That sporting director in Paul Mitchell is all of a sudden in talks with Roma. We are going to have a, CEO, Jean-Claude Blanc, his name. Apparently, he's not going to be the CEO. There's some other CEO that Jean-Claude Blanc is going to report to. There's so much mysteries, that's so much unknown, in my opinion, as a fan, that makes me feel a little bit, I want to vomit, or I don't know, I just want to run away. I don't know. And plus the results on the pitch, right? Is top four over, guys? I want to hear from you. But at the end of the day, we have to stay strong and positive as a community, guys. We do. I can see you, Jamie Vane, asset strip it, what you're saying. Ahmad is next, what Rushmano is saying. Ivo Bossic is saying, Gihan, Jeff Steele is here. Regarding of Sir Jim Ratcliffe may say or true implement, it all falls back on those bloody glazes, right? That's true. That is 100% true. Big up me. Thank you, Gary C, as well. Thank you. I'm just catching up what everyone is saying. I'm just going to display every one of you. I don't want to neglect you, and thank you for smashing that like button. And where are you, Mark? I thought he went to poop on the toilet. Sorry. Jesus Christ, Mark. Are you stuck there on the toilet constipating? Sorry for the language. YouTube algorithm, please cut that out. Yeah. Anyway, Mick is back here. What are you saying? Curless87. I never seen your name before, but good to see a new face or new name to the stream as well. I have no face in any owners with the Glazers still at majority shareholders. Remember when Avram did that fan Q&A? Yes, I remember, about United would win titles and don't take any dividends. And now, actually, he said dividends is okay. Dividends okay. Leaked letters show that he lied all the way back then. Well, I just kind of feel, Curlis, that everything here is a smokescreen. I've been saying that since everything's from the beginning. This whole Ratcliffe marriage prenup agreement with the Glazers seems like a smokescreen. Doesn't feel real, right? It feels like they're in bed with each other. One's going to run the operations, yeah, with the minimum say. At the end of the day, they don't have the voting power to put in the CEO, right? And who are they? Who is the CEO? Who is the director of football? Ashworth was saying he's not going to move unless 10 million. Paul Mitchell has been linked to Roma now. Jose Mourinho got sacked. They appointed a new manager, XYZ. And where are we? Are we still swimming in the ocean, hoping to get into the land? Ah, God, I don't know if I should laugh or cry, but you guys can see each other in the chat room as well, so be nice to each other as well, whatever you're talking. Anyway, I just want to go and thank each and every one. Rushmano is here as well. Big up, Rushmano. I can't even read that. I'm word blind, Rushy. You know that, Matt. Disclusioned. What is that for word? We have been lied to the club for the last 18 years. So that's a big point. They are masters of creating these smoke screens and lies only to stay in power and to rob us blind. Because at the end of the day, whatever stories they put out there, we get giddy as a fan base. We keep forgetting, and then we keep going like, yay, we're getting a sporting direct. Yay, we're going to sign this player. But in reality, this club is broke. We see the cash balance, don't lie, right? Our cash reserves is depleted to the bare minimum. I don't know. I don't know what to say. And here we are talking about January transfer window and majority reports talking about signings in the summer. Like, me personally, I want to compete now, right? I don't want to hear about the summer transfer windows. What are you going to do to back Ten Hag right here, right now? Obviously, they failed him, right? they, and basically, it's a shit show of everything if you combine it together, if you know what I mean. Like, there's no style of play, what people are saying. There's no in-game management. There's no personal that can play style of football. What are we? What is Manchester United 2024? I did a video about this the other day and had a rant like, Marcus Rashford, player power, coming out and doing this quack, 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 like, to silence the fans. Shut up, get out of here, right? And then you see like Luke Shaw also liking like, Jadon Sancho's tweet and stuff like that. These are the things that needs to go, right? So in a way, I can sort of look at it from a positive way, guys, to say that even if this slightly gets approved and comes through, yeah, at least we might head towards the right direction. Anyway, this is just my opinion and my opinion alone. And I want to bring in my solid partner in crime, Mr. Mark Nurse. How you doing, Marky? Did you poop?
Big up. Yeah, man. It was one of those missions. You got to send a mail to China. It takes a while to get there.
Oh, God. Sorry, man.
It's
Sorry.
one of those things. But, like, I was just trying to get in and I was hearing you talking and I'm like, yeah, you got to be real with what's happening and, take it as it is. One of those things.
Yeah, sorry. It's so difficult to operate the chat room alone, right? So thanks for coming in. And there's so many of you tuning in. So please, you know what to do. Like and subscribe to this video, please. Likes is so important. It's the thumbs up. Don't be like greedy glazes, right? We have nothing else to do than come together as a community to discuss this. But anyway, thanks for coming in because there's some new transfer rumors that come in that I want to pick your brains about. But I want to talk about this one, like, because obviously after the Spurs game, Jim Ratcliffe had a meeting with the so-called proclaimed, Manchester United supporter trust, the must, right? I don't know if they're really representing the global fan base or their own interest, but there's been some certain quotes coming out and questions, and they feel like, positive, happy that, yay, nobody's been speaking to us for the past 18 years, right? So he met with them, right? So his main message was that everything at United needs to be ruthlessly focused on creating winning teams on the field, right? But at the same time, he's stripping out, selling off the youngsters and assets at the moment. Something we sure fans will agree on. Must was getting like giddy over about. He also expressed the view that, that it's a community asset, that we are a community asset. Well, if it's a community asset, do like, the shares, sell the shares to be a fan ownership percentage wise, right? So yeah,
Not,
that's what we were talking about, right? That is the purpose of taking a share in United. It's not to make money, what we said. I mean, are you a philanthropist? Like anyone that I mean, if you are investing in something, of course you want to make money, Mark.
yeah,
That's
of course you
yeah,
want to make money, but it have two ways about going about it. Is if you want to make money now, if you want to make money in the future. Now, United is one of those commodities that you could think about it in both aspects. You could make money
I,
now with United, or you could make money in the future. If the
yeah,
club is successful, you could make lots and
yeah.
lots of money in the future.
I'm going to play a little bit more devil advocates because we on this channel we don't shy away from you know being a little bit on the other being raw, what we say. We're not going to make money, but at the same time we've seen reports that, hey, there's nothing we can do with Old Trafford. We're trying to rebuild it, but the ground is unstable. We have to knock it down. They hired the service, and at the same time Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos sitting there owning the PDL 193, which is the fracking rights of the natural reserves that goes right under Old Trafford. So we're not going to make money, but maybe we're going to get approved and we're going to frack the shit out of it. You know what I
Probably,
mean?
you never
What?
know. You know what I mean? And these are the things you have to be concerned about. And this is why I mentioned to the guys, to everybody, don't forget that Old Trafford is over 50 years old and it's a historic site.
Yeah, yeah,
It's iconic and it means
yeah.
a lot to the community of
But
Manchester.
I'm so surprised that, like, we have the Glazers out movement, 1958, Unite against the Glazers, us and everything, and then you have a total different, too many supporters trust. They are kind of like, not been doing us a favor. It seems like, come on, just give them a hard time, like, right here they're sitting kissing Sir Jim Ratcliffe's ass, like, because he's basically telling them what they want to hear, right? And
Exactly.
they're like getting giddy to say, oh, we need a clear plan to get back to the top, put into place with a football structure with the right people in the right roles, an investment plan in both teams and the stadium, and building a genuine strong partnership with fans. And that's what we want, right? But the question is, yeah, you could talk is cheap, but the proof will be in the pudding, right? Until it's eaten. So right now, what they say, we hopefully today's discussion is a start of an ongoing dialogue with Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his team. But wait a minute, he's just a visitor. He's not been approved yet. They're giving themselves a head start by talking, and I applaud that. I like that, right? So it's giving a little bit of a glimpse into the future, what they will do, X, Y, Z. And then you can blame the British press as well to say, well, you're going to get like, Paul Mitchell, you're going to get Jean Claude Blanc, you're going to, and there's some things coming out today that Paul Mitchell is talking to AS Roma, right?
Yeah,
So how much is this like, Um, so yet again, PR and communication is the most powerful tool how to convince people, like, if you believe it, you believe it, right?
100%. And like just as you mentioned, Paul Mitchell talking to AS Roma, Dan Ashwood confirmed today that he is not planning to leave Newcastle.
Nah, nah.
And Joel Glazer says no to Blanc. So I
Yeah.
don't know what's going
It's
on
just like,
right
but
now.
nothing has changed. Nothing has changed then. That means that, you still have this John Murtaugh sitting there, twiddly doo, twiddly dum, 25% snow. Yeah.
100%.
So it's a journey, it's a shit show, it is calamity. And if you're happy about that, that's your opinion. But nothing has changed. We are still in debt. We have no money to go in the transfer market. I mean, if you saw even the tweet today, I mean, this is hilarious. We had a lonely left back in Serge Reguilon. Guess where he's going on the next loan?
Granada.
No, Brentford. We couldn't even keep him, and they didn't even want him. We couldn't even have the money to keep him for for the remaining of the season, right?
100%.
So that's how broke we are. So now we get a link to everything, Tom, Dick, and Harry, but they're talking about the summer signings. And I'm saying, well, as a United fan, I'm not interested about summer, right? What about right here, right now? We still have 22 games to compete in, right? So what's going on? Have you, really? I mean, you can. I have the tweet as well. Jarvis sent me the tweet, right?
You don't
You
need
know,
to see the tweet. Like these guys going in there telling the supporters trust Musk. I mean, I don't trust Musk. I'll be
I know,
honest.
I know.
I'm an international fan. I would rather trust the 1958 than trust Musk because it
Yeah, but
seemed to me.
it goes there. Like after that meeting, he went with the council meetings, like to put Manchester back into Manchester United and those kind of things, right? I do get must like they don't represent the entire global fan base, what you said, but they're too excited, like and the topics felt that it was open. They felt really warm, welcome, like oh, at least somebody's talking to us, and but at the end of the day, what I'm saying, the proof will be in the pudding. So talk
Yeah,
is cheap, right? Action speaks louder than words. But what we're
100%.
reading right into now, what you say that our sporting director that we are linked to is talking to AS Roma. Ashford don't want to leave Newcastle, and if he does, it's going to cost 10 million, yearly wages. And then Blanc is apparently employed by Ineos, but he's not going to have that CEO role. He's going to reporting to the CEO, which Glaze is going to appoint. And who is that? It's going to be another Glazer sim puppet. That we had talks, and there was some reports 1 week ago about the Ineos is having talk with David Gill. Maybe it will be David Gill, but David Gill hates the Glazers, don't he? Or is it just more in for the money? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be too mad if it's David Gill. We've seen what David Gill
Oh,
did
I
with
love
Sir
him.
Alex
Yeah.
Ferguson. So
Mm,
if you're going on what his track record was with Sir Alex Ferguson, he's a CEO that will also put a little assistance into the football side. He will consider it. He might
mm,
not have to influence it because we're not expecting him to be an amazing football guru. But if he
mm.
could facilitate the football inside bit part with the marketing side, then we gain the best of both worlds. And I mean, you know, people would say the Glazers, the Glazers. I would admit that I don't
Yeah,
like the Glazers. I didn't want them as owners, but under their
yeah,
ownership, we still won a lot under Sir Alex. So maybe it could have a formula where it could kind of work, and then we could get them out.
yeah. Listen, Curls 87 coming said they've hinted already in the summer budget would be small. Right, it's all about outs. It's all about trimming their wage bill. Well, we've been talking consistent on this channel. So where is this so-called investment? True. I mean, more fan engagement is positive because that's what we're crying out for. Like, Glazers don't talk. At least they got the impression that somebody was actually talking to them. It's like you've been married to this woman for 18 years and she's giving you the cold shoulder, not even talking to her. And you just have to do the guesswork. But all she does is taking your money from your bank account every month, right? Every month, Mark, right? And you question
100%.
why, right? So, Jeff Steele, what you're saying, every year we celebrate the Munich air disaster. We celebrate the legacy and the legends of this club. True that. Never forget. Though all of this, we never see the Glazers which say anything about them. Yeah, they never even go there and visit. True, right? Rushmano, I can't read this. I
The
have
58 is the only fan group who has told the club to swivel on their bribes.
true. That's the
100%.
only fan base that I respect. Steve-O and everyone there, like, the only ones that are actually speaking. And if you saw, like, the game against Spurs, right? Sir Jim Ratcliffe was there, but they were still loud. There was banners. There was like Glazes out, and I was thinking, how are you not ashamed of yourself? Like, if you're a genuine Manchester United supporter to sit there, you get your ticket to sit and speak to Sir Alex, like, because he's Sir Alex's biggest fan, right? You sit there like and whispering to Sir Alex, blah blah blah, but at the same time you can hear everyone is protesting against it, right? I just get a sneak feeling that this is far from over as of yet. Like, we haven't heard anything from any spokesperson from the Glazes or Rain Group. It's been silence, right? Ever since this was announced, and they say, well, it's been silence. Is it just to silence the protest of the fans? I don't know. So many questions because this doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, right?
Yeah, well, if it was the silence the protest of the fans, I would say that they was hugely successful because look at Reading fans like SPK saying they get the game cancelled at the weekend. Man United
Mm,
fans supposed to protest before the game instead of boycotting games. You're supposed to run
mm.
out on the field. Like, I mean, I don't have the opportunity to be in England as often as I normally would be. So this season, I've bit part games. I might be coming to some games in the next few weeks, but at the same time, I wouldn't be afraid to get banned for a year or two running out on the pitch and protesting, guys,
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, I deal with 18 years of these guys. This is half my life. And I can't deal with them no more. And
yeah.
I
No,
rather do something and have an action that go and benefit the club in the future and take
yeah,
us forward than stand up and just deal with this another 20
100%, man,
years.
100%. Yeah, some reports were saying that I get the sense that the work has already started. They're already started. It's like the Olympics. You're running like 100-meter sprint, right? And everyone's standing on the blocks, right? And you get a little bit of a head start to win the
Mhm.
race, but you have to go back again because you cheated, right? So and they feel like after speaking to the fan representatives, Ratcliffe and his team met a range of local leaders to discuss United's role in the community and potential development of Old Trafford, right? Again, okay. Among us, those senior attendees was the Old Trafford Council, Greater Manchester Combined Authority, including the mayor as well, which is Andy Burnham as well. So he was there. I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to hear your fans' opinions. Like, for me, this does not make sense whatsoever. Have we been told a smoke screen again? Like, is this again talking to the fans? Because You know that we fans are delusional, like we've been mistreated, we haven't been spoken to, and all of a sudden you come out and speak, and all of a sudden you're the savior. I don't know, man. The proof will be in the pudding until it's eaten, Mark.
Yeah, it
100%.
would. It
Yeah.
would. And
Yeah.
like, RJ coming in, if Joel Glazer has the last say, what was Sir Jim Ratcliffe thinking? Is he a yes man too? These are the kind of things I want to ask
Yeah.
50 odd lawyers to deal with a 25% stake of investment. It's like these things sound super,
Yeah, but at the
super
end of the day,
excessive.
you just don't give money without expecting any return on investment, right? Thomas is here. Big up, man. Majority of the fans are from Manchester,
And not from Manchester, because it have 500 plus million fans
and they
worldwide.
don't want to talk
And
to us. They
no.
want to talk to a minority of group. There are yes sayers as well, right? They're a little bit fragile. But 1958 are brutal. 1958 United against the Glazers, all of them, they are the ones that are most loudest and creating the most damage to the Glazers' pocket, right? But these
And I'm not,
guys sit there like, they're just happy to have a voice. I mean, I'm sorry if you're sitting in this, supporter trust must, but, please represent us fairly, right? Please ask the hard questions. Please make sure, right? Last time you had a Skype meeting with Joel Glazer, nothing happened. Joel Glazer lied to you. He said, like, yeah, it will be like a fan shares ownership, like, we'll have fan shares, right? Nothing happened. And he said dividends okay. So it's basically got, I see it again, like, as I said, you invite the robbers to your house, right?
Mhm.
They look around and you say, and they take all your prized asset in the house. You invite them to sit down, have a coffee. You give them some biscuits. They take it all, and then at the end of the day, you see them out the door and say, "Thank you for coming and visiting. Please come again." And this is what's going on. This cycle, right? Is this another smokescreen attempt to get away with murder? That's the question we got to ask as a community, guys. I want to hear from you guys as well.
100%. And it's like Yali coming in saying, I'm not going to comment if I approve of Sir Jim or not until I see what he does when he's allowed to do
Exactly.
something in the club. Now, United is used as the biggest clickbait ever. 100%. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
the point. Yeah,
The
I mean that's
only Jeff Steele coming in saying the only reason Sir Jim is here is so the bloody gazers don't have to be. He's just here to deflect the blame, and that's it. That's how I
it
feel.
feels like that. It feels like they have been working on this together, this plan PR scheme. Like, you be the face out, like, you take all this heat, deflect everything from us at the moment because we are in financial scrutiny, X, Y, Z. And the press is printing this, like, heavily beating this drum, like, who they are, right? And that's why I say if you control the information flow, a lot of people will buy into it and get giddy and accept it and roll over because we're so tired of it, so we will just take anything. But just stop for a minute and just think, hang on a second, the elephants are still in town, they're still at the circus, right? They're still there, like, tramping on us, like, stumping on us, right? Lillis United, big up. Hi, beautiful people. I just got back from home. Big up from you, man. Where you been out skiing? Oh, yeah, he's
Yeah,
been out
skiing,
snowboard. Yeah,
snowboarding, having a
yeah,
time.
having his time of their life. Yeah, Alien Tenor is here. Big up, Alien Tenor. Sir Jim Ratcliffe just put out United 2 billion in debt because the rat want his money back. Time will only tell, man. But so far, all we've seen is a lot of talk and PR ops and opportunities. On the other hand, I don't think this is far from over. I mean, if we don't fix our finances, we're heading towards administration, right? Of course, you can refinance the law in 2027, XYZ, but right, what are we going to do as a club? Are we just going to accept it? We want to compete. At the end of the day, we are the ones that are suffering. We want to see good football, right? And we've been deprived from this, and we have to deal with all this shit that's been going on. 100%. Mark Davis, hi, Mick and Mark. How are you doing? Both good. I'm feeling better now. I'm
Chilling,
feeling
chilling.
excellent. Chilling. It's 4:30 a.m. where I'm sitting right now, Mark. So yeah, and chilling. Um, had some time to think about it. Didn't really feel to do any content right now after the 2-2 draw, because for me, like, I want us to compete. I want us to go there. I want us to challenge for top four. So for me, that 2-2 draw against Spurs was a golden opportunity missed, right? To see everything,
100%.
like, and then you start pointing fingers. But at the end of the day, you just point the fingers on the whole operations, including Ten Hag, including the players, including the Glazers. Everything is just a bag of shit show at the moment. So what can we do? The best engagement you can do is come together as a global United fans, like right here, right now on this platform. This is probably the best engagement you can ever have. And I was thinking, Mark, I don't really want to press record, but then I'm thinking, well, I owe it to you guys, right? So 4:30 a.m. I'm here talking, right? And I want to sort of hear your opinions. So please, that like button for me.
Smash that like button, guys. Don't forget, like and subscribe. And if you're new, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can see when we are live again. It's Mick and Mark, and there's also Jarvis, there's Stu Wally, there's
Oh,
Uncle
we're back
Jimmy,
tomorrow.
Tom. Everyone's gonna be about, and we're gonna have a big show for you guys coming up soon.
Yeah,
And
we're back tomorrow.
just two questions I saw that practically interest me. This one question: what if the PL doesn't accept this bid come next week, guys? What would happen?
It'll be really funny. It'll be really
Exactly.
funny.
And then RJ is asking, what happens to the club debt? Because we already a billion in debt. Sir Jim just gave us 1.3 billion. Does that mean we're 2.3
He didn't
billion
give
in
us
debt
anything
now?
as of yet. There's no
But
transaction. There's no transactions been done. They had this prenup agreement that they cannot slag each other off. They cannot hire anyone. They cannot fire anyone. All they have said is that we're just going to trim that wage bill and get rid of a lot of your assets because this is the only way we can start fresh, right? But what does it mean for Manchester United? Where are we going to be? So that means that are we going to start competing again, rebuilding a new squad within 3 years potentially? Wait another 5 years to even win a trophy? I'm not sure, man. Because a lot of fan base are giving up. Like that, we don't have any patience. Like, how many rebuilds have we seen? Right? Big up Neil Driscoll.
we just wishing Peter a happy birthday.
Yeah, yeah,
Belated
yeah.
birthday, big up to
Yeah,
Peter
happy birthday,
again.
Pete, again. Yeah, we did. And what I can't read.
This 18 months time frame seems significant to me. If the Glazers receive an offer which Ratcliffe won't match, they could sell.
Yes, 100%. And
100%.
that's where I think that, you know, a lot of things been media driven, but reality and in business, it's been quiet. And I think that any dark horse can come in and just put over $33 per share because I think that this is a Ponzi scheme that they did together. This is my opinion, law. And if you look at it, nobody, I mean, the bar price of buying out the Class B shares and Class A is now set on $33
Mhm.
per share. So that means that at the end of the day, what I would say, they did a cahoots thing, right? It might be. Sorry, this is just my opinion, my
It's
speculations.
your
But
opinion.
that's my opinion, right? So they might be coming in and say, great, we do this together. Yeah, you do this investment. You give us some money because we're strapped for cash. You get 33% or whatever, some what are you 25 up to 31%. At the same time, we put here a clause now, New York Stock Exchange, that anyone can buy us out for minimum $33 per share. So that means that the next person that want to buy 100% or whatever the remaining, he can still stay there as a minority investor. But that means that Saudi Arabia or anyone that wants to invest can come in and buy the rest for over $33 per share. So that means at the end of the day, Glazer wins because Glazer always wanted 8 to 10 billion, what was reported in the media. So by doing so, you're forcing the hand of somebody that wants to buy the remaining of the club to pay over $33 per share. And that's how they get their valuation at the end of the day. It was always reported they wanted 8 million, 7 million, you know? So this is the way they're going to get it. Does it make sense?
Not a bad idea. And to be fair, I think the same thing. I just thought it was like a giant OU, a fat IOU.
Oh, you.
An IOU, yeah, you know what I mean? Like you do this for me and I will owe you these 33% shares. Like you could hold on to that, the thought of that. And when the time come,
Oh,
you
wait.
get
Wait a
through.
minute, Mark. Okay. Here's a piece of paper, right? This one. I owe you, Mark. I borrow one Snickers from you, and you will. How much will I get back in return? Oh, 100 Snickers. Yeah, 100.
Yeah, something
Uh,
like that,
yeah.
because look at the deal. Like, look at it from this perspective. That deal was always going to benefit the Glazers, no matter how you look at it. And when you draw the reference to the fact that any prospective buyer now have to pay basically $33 a share for all shares. If they
Mm,
was to be purchasing that certainly increases the value of the club to
yeah.
7.2 or $3 billion. So where it would have been $20-something a share,
Yeah.
which would have been in region of 5. So
That comes into the latest comment there from Rushmain. Or Matt is paying attention 100%. He's saying the statement says he has the opportunity, first refusal to match it, but not certainly he will match the offer. And that's the thing. He has the first refusal, right? He can say, yep, but he has to match it, right? If somebody comes above 33, he can't afford it. That's the thing. But he will get his payout. And that is the return on investment. You know what I mean? That is the return on investment.
yeah, and Alien is coming in. No new personnel, no new players. Wow, Sir Jim has got off to a flying start.
Flying
Old
start.
Jim's beer, Usain Bolt.
And the Flying Dutchman as well.
You know, I mean, it's one of those things. Like, like, okay, like if you look at it prospectively, like we've seen. I'm pretty sure lots of people have experienced takeovers in different regions, right, or different businesses. And in some cases, it's have like initial takeovers that the company that initially take over don't really take over the company, just interim, basically, like an interim
Mhm.
manager. And sometimes a real owner comes in and buys everything out afterwards. After they done streamline and clean house and kind of get it to a normalization, yeah. I've seen it happen in oil companies before now, Mick.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where, I think maybe it might have a later thing coming in that might do something like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, not true that. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is, and I don't buy it. I just don't get it. Like and all we want to do is to be Manchester United the way you used to be, but the way we used to be is so far fetched. Like you know what I mean.
Mm.
That's it. Oh, well, something popped up on my screen. Hang on a second. I gotta fix this. Oh, going. Sorry about that. Did you see that?
Yeah, I was like, I just popped up, and then I was going to take
No,
it off. I
no.
wasn't sure if I was waiting for it to load.
Glazes are here to sabotage.
You know how it is. You know how it is sometimes.
Anyway, how you guys doing? Anyway, that's tuning in. How you doing? Let us know your feelings, right? We can read the chat.
Jali is saying, why would someone who would be out in 18 months put in 300 million of their own money into the club? Doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, it does not make sense. Anyway, so thank you. Anyway,
Thomas asking when I go and get the Kratos haircut. I don't have the Kratos haircut, bro. So, I think
what haircut?
a fresh fade now. The Kratos from God of War. You
Oh,
have
that
a
one.
certain beard shape now. I don't
Oh,
have
that
it yet, bro. Like give it a few weeks.
no.
Also need to go to the gym. So
You have to go to the gym. Anyway, guys, listen. I have one thing only to say, and at the end of the day, I give the middle finger. I'm sorry, guys. This is BS for me, right? As Patriot Reds, we should not settle down for 25% and no more lies, no more BS. And to come out to speak to the, must and just say the things that they want to hear, it's just basically, it's like me trying to convince this woman to go to sleep with me. You know what I mean? I will tell her everything. Once I got there, then I just forget about everything. You know what I mean? It's the same principle in life, isn't it? Right? Big up for Eminem. Eminem is in the house.
big up,
Yeah.
big up. Curlers is coming back and saying we're hearing stories that it will take Ineos 18 months before we can see any sort of spending. Meanwhile, the manager is being hammered and can't get players to help the team. What a joke.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry about that one. Sorry, I'm playing around with my tool. Yeah, it's definitely a joke. So, what SPK is saying? Bristol City beating West Ham in the FA Cup. Is that? Oh, yeah. Is that ongoing
2-1.
right now?
Yeah, right now, and like it have FA Cup going on right now. Newport is winning versus Eastleigh. I think it's still 1-0.
Bristol City, West.
Brentford tied with, I think it's Wolves right now, 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some games going on, and then a couple African Cup of Nations going on right now. Mali have South Africa
Oh, yeah.
down to 2-0. So Mali beating
Interesting.
South Africa, which is weird because you wouldn't
Yeah,
expect that.
interesting. English media is eating Jim's. I'm not gonna read that. You can read that.
Mm, I
38
won't.
likes, 58 watching, please. If this,
I heard Jamie Wayne was saying something earlier. Mick, he was asking a question. He said that which is true. Ineos have a lot of projects with Qatar
yeah, collaboration.
in the Middle East now. So he was saying, maybe they might what might be the odds of having a joint ownership between Ineos and Qatar in the future.
Possibly. Possibly, I heard this as well, but I took it with a pinch of salt. It's often when you have mergers and when you have these acquisitions, it's often that you have a minority investor investing in the winning bid. It's often like that until everything is done and dusted. So what they left this door open to say that this is my opinion alone. That doesn't mean anything. Like we're just speculating here. So that means that what we said earlier, like they made a deal on whoever wants to come in needs to buy a minimum $33 per share. You know what I mean? So that means that he has the first refusal to match it, but at the same time he can keep it because he owns it. He's not forced to sell it. So that means that what he owns, like 25%. The remaining that comes in will be the majority shareholder that buys out the rest. So anything can happen. So it's kind of a little bit weak exposed, and there's no clear path for a full takeover because the Glazers didn't agree on it at the end of the day. Yeah, what's Jeff Steele saying here?
Again, please, everyone, give Mick $50 super chat so he can buy part ownership and take control with Jarvis. Thumbs up to that, Jeff Steele. Big up to that comment.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. Thumbs up. Big up for that one. Cheers, buddy. Thank you.
Ooh. Newport
On to
3-1
Newport.
over
Okay.
Eastleigh. So you know who
Okay.
Manchester United facing in the next round of the FA Cup.
Okay, guys, we're just having a. If you're watching this, if you think that this is news, it's not news. It's basically fan engagement, pure engagement, right? It's us sharing, our thoughts and opinions, like analyzing situation, talking, therapy. You know what I mean? So if you do watch this the first time, don't clip it. Please don't clip it. Just as if you are a Manchester United fan, just you would understand. Anyway, Jolly, I mean, what you say? 300 million also lost of money. Viking Stadium cost 20 million to build. It holds 16k seater. Its local club nearby. Toilets and paint 5 million. The roof will be fixed with that money. Sorry. Yeah, true that. Man, I don't know, man. I just don't really know. You got to ask yourself the question: how do you feel to be a supporter of 2024? Right? It's hard. We still love this club, like I really passionate, madly in love with it, you know. And as I said, like I love this club, but I kind of hate this team at the moment, Mark. I hate what's going
Big up
on.
Rabir.
Big up Rebir, you know. So it's frustrating, isn't it?
Rushmano is asking, how is Ratcliffe going to insert cash for players? The rumor is it will still be a Glazer budget. Well,
There's a lot of I
the
don't know.
only thing that I could say that about that Rushmano that I have heard about is the fact that with the FFP constraints that we see, if Ratcliffe was to put in $100 million of his personal
It's gonna
finances,
lower down, yeah.
we will be able to spend 300 to 400 million in the summer.
Yeah,
But as
that's
if,
good. That's
as,
as if. And why would you do that, right? Why would you do that? And
exactly.
what is the return on investment on that? Like, if you put in 300 million, that's a lot of money. 300 million pounds into your own. Why would you do that? Only to
Dude,
watch them, only to watch them compete. I don't know, dude. I mean, the ones that makes the money is obviously the commercial department. So there's got to be a catch. It's got to be, something in it. What's in it for me, right?
mhm.
And that's why.
Big.
Mm,
As Mark asked this question, do you both think United will get anyone in January? I was reading online earlier
oh,
that United starting talks for João Neves from Benfica, as well
yes.
as Joshua Zirkzee.
Yes, which then Benfica was then. Let's talk a little bit, guys. Thank you so much. Let's nip this in the bud. Let's give the long finger for now. We don't believe it until we see it, and that's what we can say. And thank you for being such a supporting, fantastic community as well. Thank you so much, and please smash the like. Rock and roll, right? That's what we do. We're here stronger together, right? We are strong together, and that's what we're going to discuss. So park this, guys. 40 likes, and there is about 70 watching. If we could get up to 70, 100 likes, we really, we have definitely beaten the press. Yeah, listen, let's talk about transfer rumors and gossip right now. Uh, let's round up with that one because I read something about today regarding João Neves that according to Fabrizio Romano, they are talking, have close conversations, right? But then Benfica is denying anything like that to be any of those kind of conversations taking place between the clubs. Did you also read that?
Yeah, I did. I did. just as was coming on, I was scrolling through and I saw the article. But you know, I'm just saying, they could play down talks or draw Neves at the end of the day. They have, you know how Benfica does things.
Yeah,
When they do things in a grand fashion when they're doing things,
Rui
and
Costa. I know Rui
you know,
Costa.
you know
Yeah,
what I mean. And Rui Costa is the same as a DOF, as the same as he was a player, extravagant and flamboyant. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
in my honest opinion, I would expect them to play down talks of this. I'm not saying that it is possible that we have been entering talks, but I'm saying that, if we
But
were, unless they're
Benfica.
ready,
Yeah, I
unless they're
mean,
ready to make a decision, they're not gonna let anything float around there. They don't like their
of
players
course
to
not.
be unsettled. So
No, I mean they're good. They're good in selling. They're good in buying, and they're good in bloody selling. We, on the other hand, we can't even sell a packet of crisp on the flea market if we wanted to. But they are smart. They're buying like this young talent, and they're selling them for 100 million. Like this club must be doing well, right?
big up
Um,
Rajat.
Big up Rajat as well. And then comes down to Alvaro Fernandez. So, do you think that this has to do something interlinked into, there might be a swap, like, because they put a 20 something, 20 million pounds, was it, in a option to buy? Could you see that happening? That we're going to swap for a midfielder? Because I think we need midfielders, and we've been linked to a hell lot of centre backs as well. But we need midfielders, right?
We need midfielders. Like, I'll be honest, I wouldn't mind having Jao Neves in our midfield. I think he's going to perform really well. He's like the perfect mix between Casemiro and Ericsson, if you ask me. He's got the technical ability of Ericsson and the mobility of a Casemiro, and he destroys. But, it's like,
Listen, Curls, I agree, Curls, what you're saying. Long-standing fan, including me. Like, I've been supporting this since my diapers, and from my grandfather to my father. Long-standing fans. We all long-standing fans. Ain't matter what age you are or what era you lived in. Like, we all bleed for this club, right? So it hurts to see this falling apart. Like the wheels are coming off. We are so unbalanced, right? If you go to, if you drive a car, like, as soon as you feel unbalanced cars, you feel the steering wheel, like, trembling like this, right? Rushmano, what you're saying here, my buddy, building a new men's training facility could easily eat up the whole entire 200 million. Yeah. I mean, the medical science department, out of date. The equipment, out of date. The injuries piling up, right? There's so much to be fixed that Sir Jim Ratcliffe must be looking like, how am I going to do this? Yeah, because he needs to get the fans on board, and that's why he has in these PR meetings. Like, he wants to be popular, right? And that's why I feel this PR op is for. Like, that's why I feel that he met with Must, exactly, because he wants you to like what he's doing. But at the same time, you put a facade out there to say you're giving out snippets, but at the background, you're a billionaire for a certain reason, mate. There is no nice billionaires to tell, like, oh, philanthropers, like,
Mick,
Mm.
yeah, sorry to cut you. Thomas wanted me to ask if you went to watch any Muay Thai fights at Lumpney Stadium yet. It's one of his
No, I've
dreams
been
to
too
play.
busy, but I'm going to. Every day they're passing by. Come on, fight tonight. Come on. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm definitely gonna go and see Muay Thai fight, and it's so cool, right? I met a Swedish MMA fighter. Was my neighbor. He was training really hard. He was a famous MMA fighter. I can't remember his name. But he was here training. Jesus Christ, what kind of training they do? What kind of diet they eat? Like, super ripped, right? Slater and Waldorf, Haka Fergie, Haka Jim. Yeah, that is the Muppet Show. You know the Muppet Show, Slater and Waldorf.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Anyway, what else is on there on the transfer market? Nothing much. I mean,
Oh, there's reports about Matthias De Ligt very unsettled at Bayern Munich, and I've been hearing lots of talk about that in Germany. Lots of people have. Today, when I was on the train, one of the guys I know, I see him every time. He's a Bayern fan. He's like, I heard you guys are interested in De Ligt, and he's like, yeah, he wasn't too successful. A lot of Bayern fans like him, but they think Thomas Tuchel doesn't like him, or he doesn't fit the style that
but
Thomas Tuchel wants.
okay, speak about the Licht. He was another one from the Eric Ten Hag, academy with, Donny van de Beek and all that everyone wanted, but it didn't really. His career hasn't really skyrocketed. Like, when he was playing for Ajax, he was super good. You know what I mean? The only one that did well was Frankie De Jong, according to my opinion, right?
True.
Ziyech flopped as well in a way, injured. I don't know, out of all of them. And then now we've been linked to every single of those Dutch players again, right? Including the latest striker as well. There was
Brian
some
Brobby.
Brian Brobby and
Mhm.
ev- there was something else, like
Yeah,
something on the
Joshua
Z.
Zirkzee, another Dutch striker that he's from Bayern Munich. He was play applying his trade in not at, in Bologna in Italy. So it's one of those things where it might be he might be decent. I don't know. I haven't seen much of him, so I'm not gonna come on here and say like Joshua he's
Yeah,
a talent, blah blah blah. I have not seen much of him,
yeah.
so I can't say anything. But I
I
would
don't know,
say
guys. I asked the question back to you guys in the VR room. Before I do that, Lord, you can read Lord Voldemort. Like, he's basically say, "What did you say? You disappeared." Anyway, United is shite, but at least it's interesting to watch. Just asking back the question to the community, everyone that's tuning in, do you think, smash a one if you think that there's going to be signings in January? A smash a two if you don't believe. I smash a two. Personally, I smash it too. I don't see it. You know, this media interaction is so positive for the fan base to get giddy and for the press to print stuff. But if you look at the finances, Anthony Martial is still here, taking a big chunk. Depending on what Martial is doing. Okay, we got Jaden Sancho off the wage bill a little bit. Who else is going out on loan? We do marginal percentage loanage for the kids, but where is the rest of the money coming from? So, dude, we couldn't even keep Regilon. You know what I mean? So,
100%. It's like we already know the club in a dire strait right now because of mismanagement, but there's nothing we haven't seen for the last 10 years. I keep reminding everybody we see the mismanagement of funds when it came to transfers for so long. So
yeah, but at the same time, sorry for being blunt, but this is the end of the road for the Glazers. Like, they kicked this can as far as they could, they milked this cash cow as much as they could, but it's caught up to them, right? They haven't invested one single penny, and the credit card is maxed out. There's no way to run, you know. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. Darling, you give love a bad name. You know that song. YouTube
100%.
algorithm. Please don't click me for copyright, You give love a bad name. That's it, right?
100%.
God, guys, there's so many coming in too. What you saying? Yeah, you don't believe Jonathan Lilies don't believe either. Madhouse is here. Like all you legends are here, basically. Uh, Mick Bon Jovi. Yeah, I can see you, Stephanie, as well. Rock on, Mick. Yeah, I don't believe it, guys. I just don't believe it. And if it will be something panic buy. We will link to Benzema. Now Benzema is linked to Chelsea and Arsenal, XYZ. Who is out there? Who is out there that can help us? There's
I
only one.
I think getting Benzema wouldn't be a bad shout. A lot of people would say about his wages, and I would say his alone. He's trying to get out. Sort of Saudi Arabia owns his image rights, so therefore they would be paying that, and we would just be paying for the loan, which might be 200 to 300K per week, which is not a bad deal. I think he coming in for 6 months will teach the
Hmm.
young strikers in the team to be better. He don't need to run. He will score goals. He has the experience, and I think training levels might go up a notch.
Yeah. I'm not gonna mention number 11 that's still under contract. Like, you don't have to pay anything already. You're paying the wages, right?
I
And what
didn't want
about
to say
Listi to Granada? What the hell? I thought he was going to PSV all of a sudden. He's going to Granada. So
well,
basically, you're taking out Alvaro Fernandez from Granada. There must be some interlinked deal there. Retracting the loan for Alvaro Fernandez, put him in Benfica, and then you potentially heard Palestra in Granada. That's not development.
you see, like what Rushman was saying here, right? When it in talks for certain things, talks could extend to other things, right? And
Mm,
United possibly wanted Hannibal to move to Everton because they wanted to talk about Onana,
Granada.
probably about
Yes.
Branthwaite as well. So maybe sending Palestri over to Granada is because they probably well, it was like, look, we needed to send Alvaro so we could talk to
Yeah,
João
exactly.
Neves,
Give us
and we
somebody
just
else. Yeah.
giving you all back
Yeah,
something
it's
just
true.
to, and and plus Palestri would do well there, I think.
Yeah, it's so interlinked with each other, like the dots are connecting. So yeah, it is like this, 100%. I believe so too. I know from experience, by the way. And anyway, but Why not promote Hugel and McNeil? Are
Yeah,
they
I
good
mean,
enough?
well, Joe Hugel is at Burton Albion. You know, he got a goal on his game, his debut and an assist. I think that was good on him. I think he needs the time.
Mm,
I would bring in Charlie McNeil and give him some game time though, because he's had his spell on loan, albeit not a good loan spell. I think it's one of those things where he went out and see what it's like, and he come back here and he probably knows what he needs to do to stay here. I
yeah.
would give him a chance.
Newport County, fact four is big up McNeil.
FA Cup round four.
Round four, they're through.
Yeah, they've
West
just
Ham
beat
as well.
Eastleigh.
Big up Newport. Thank you, Maria, as well. Big up
We
Newport.
we play in Newport.
Yeah, we play Newport.
Yeah,
And
MUFC.
they just beat West Ham.
No,
Ooh,
no, no. They beat Eastleigh. West Ham lost to Bristol Rovers.
yeah. Oh, big up. We just hit 50 likes. Thank you, Stephanie, for keeping count as well. Get him up. Get him up. Get him up. Get him up. What do you mean, Thomas? Get him up. The Licht is a fat show centre back. Yeah. Listen, at the end of the day, I want to ask you guys, what do you think about this one?
I think he need I think he need to start. It's my new thing. I want to say to all footballers now. I don't want to hear them say anything. I don't want to see them tweet anything. I want to see actions on the football field.
Yep.
The end.
The end. That's it. Same goes with you, Ratcliffe. Talk is cheap. We want to see action. Same what goes with you, players. Show us that you can play ball. I mean, goddamn, there's players in you. Why don't you play football, right? It's just like mad the way we were seeing, like when Jarvis did this show yesterday, like when we displayed, the tactical analysis and the heat map, and everything was left centered, like so unbalanced, right? So unbelievable, right? So, and then you saw the heat map of Spurs, perfect shape, perfect balance. Everything was chaotic to the left on our side. And by the way, we've always been left centered for the past 6 years, playing on the left, and we've been nothing on the right. We've been crying out for a right winger. We bought Sancho for the right. We didn't use him on the right.
You will
But
have a
now,
big problem for that, you see, because if a certain player on the left not getting all the balls through him, then he's unhappy and then he doesn't play well, and then the club faces an issue, and they would rather.
shit, are we a political party drawn to the left more than the right?
Well, it has to be, but I could just see it from my analysis over the last 6 years. I just see that all the play in attackers go through one player or left winger, and
Jesus
it's
Christ.
depressing. It's depressing.
Yeah. We need more wood, green
And
wood.
Yali Malmin is coming in with some fantastic suggestions here. Delit would be fantastic. He and Licha together with Menu. Whew.
Whoosh, it would
You
cook.
could imagine, bro.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. Yeah, but they played together before Licha and Main, so that's a good partnership. Yeah. So, how much legs do you think, Harameter, do you think that the Licht will come? Is it a loan or is it a permanent sale?
Well, it might be a loan to buy. He not settled at Bayern Munich. Thomas Tuchel certainly has not been picking him. He has not been giving him
No,
much game time. He doesn't
man.
seem to like him from what we understand, and Delit hasn't seemed to enjoy Bayern Munich so much after his first season.
Hmm.
So, and we all know how he appreciates Eric Ten Hag. He made him captain of Ajax, and he fostered him, and he's always spoke highly of
Right.
Eric Ten Hag. So he might
Anyway,
come.
might we see? We see. I mean, sometimes I believe in Mother Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus, but Santa Claus never comes, right? So
You know.
even if I put my wish list, but at least it makes me a little bit excited. Of course, I hope we get somebody. Of course, I do. But I don't know. I just like try to be real. Rush Mano, my God, you're such a legend, man. Rush Mano just gifted 20 memberships. Shit.
Big up Rush Mano. Rush Mano is always doing the business. Thank you so much, man.
Big up Rushmano for gifting 20 membership, and the ones that became a member, we can read the chat. Nick S was gifted a membership by Rushmano. You're a legend. Nick S. Rajat was also gifted a membership. I think so. No. Danny B was gifted a membership. Robert White was gifted. Maria Steyer was also gifted. Big up to you, Maria. George Cardaras was also gifted. Curlis87 didn't get one, but he was mentioned in comment. Richie Clubsport was also Richie. Good to see you again, my friend. And Stephen Norton was gifted. We have Luke Gugu. Lukey, Gugushe. Mel was gifted a membership through Rushmano, and who else am I missing out here? I'm trying to. Shivam Kapoor was gifted. Waxabi Gaming was gifted also. Big up to you. CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo in the house was gifted a membership as well. And Justin Sla7 was gifted a membership by Rushmano as well. Was Khan as well. And boarding pass. Boarding pass was gifted a membership. I lost my boarding pass. Can you send me a new one? And who else was gifted a membership? Lisa, this chat is moving like mad. Boarding pass. What did I say then? Marty MUC and Onika Nugabile. Boarding pass. I said Ria bonus. Louis Osei Kafur. Nah, man, come on, guys. You're a legend. Thank you so much. Please give us smashing like balloons and fireworks for Rushmano. Thank you so much. Welcome to the family. That's it. Big up Rushmano, and thank you so much. You're a legend, Matt. Thank you so much. And please, guys, don't forget to thank Matty there. And welcome. And please, while you're at it, you know what to do, right? You know what to do.
Smash the like buttons. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and the notification bell so you know when we're live again, guys.
What is do you have to? Do you have to hit subscribe?
Yeah, you smash the button that says subscribe, that little red button. Just click on it, so you join the channel. You know what I
That one.
mean? Then you get
Look.
opportunities to get free memberships gifted to you. You know what I mean? You hit the like
Oh.
button, and when you hit if you hit the like button more than 10 times, you get in the algorithm to get a free membership. You know what I mean? So it happens.
It's free. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Oliver as well. Whatever. We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being so positive in the VR room as well. Maria Steyer saying, cheers. Nick Nash is saying, laughing. He's laughing his ass off as well. So at least we can provide a little bit of a positive energy in these moments of pain. Yeah. Yeah, what's the VR room saying? Okay, you guys been fantastic tonight. Listen, I'm slaving
He plays on the left, he plays on the right. That boy Garnacho's make England look shy.
Yeah, Garnacho is the future. I mean, I'm excited about the kids, like Garnacho, but I'm afraid that we're overcooking them. Maino, my God,
Evo, we don't usually agree, but
give cover.
Remember I told you about me, Evo, and remember what you said to me then, and I told you.
Yeah, I believe Kwambala is a go for sure. I mean, yeah, Kambala. But then if you look at the midfield prospect, of course, if we are linked to João Neves, him together with Kobe Maino, is that something that will excite you? Or is it too young?
No, I think, having the young players come in, if you're good enough, you're old enough, in my opinion. Football isn't linear, it doesn't work like that. Look at CR7, 38 years old, 57 goals and counting this year.
Wait. CR7, the guy that was just gifted a membership.
Well, maybe not that CR7, but the guy in the picture holding the trophy,
Mr.
Champions League.
Mr. Champions League. I mean, I'm tired of this messy CR7. That area needs to go. So what's next? Ian Middleton, big up to Mick and Jamark. M&M's is in the house. M, right. Wolves 3, Brentford 2 playing extra time. Oh, wow. Wolves 3, Brentford 2. Wow, cool. So we could be triple M, right? Mick, Mark, and Manchester United. MMMMU. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just... It's past bedtime for me, man. Seriously,
All right.
Scotty.
Big shout out to Kobe Mainu. I mean Rush Mainu. Sorry, auto spelling.
Auto spelling, Rush Mainu. Yeah, true. Anyway, guys, interesting. Like, chat, subscribe. I agree. I mean, it's. I'm making a little bit fun because if you subscribe, it's up to you. We don't demand you to do. All we like is to give us a little bit thumbs up, promote our channel, tell everyone to come here and watch us. We try to be balanced. We try to keep it real. we're not about sensation. We're just pure Manchester United passionate fan, and this community is all for you, right? So, we got Bolton 1, Luton. Are we doing watch along now, Mark?
No, Nick Nash was just posting the scores in the FA Cup or the different FA Cup games. He was posting Birmingham came back from behind to win 2-1 at Hull City. He was just letting everybody know. So
Yeah,
just thought
I
I'd let the chat room know in
appreciate you,
case
guys.
anyone was interested.
Thank you so much. Love hearts for you as well. Anyway, at this I have nothing more to say. Is there anything that's slipping under the radar at the moment?
Long
I
Schlong
mean,
is celebrating 3 months of membership.
oh,
Congratulations to you and
long
thank you for
schlong.
joining us, guy. You know,
Big up, man. Big up. You deserve a love heart as well. Thank you, sir. Um, I have nothing else. I mean, Jesus, we're not playing football for 2 weeks. Thank God we can have a little bit of breathing space. But do you expect us to have any signings? Should we do a poll on that one? You reckon?
we don't need to do a poll. Just let the guys come in, smash a one. If you think we're gonna get one or two signings, smash a two. If you think it's just gonna maybe be one on deadline day.
Yeah. Now I do create a poll. I do want to create a poll. Oh, what
Okay.
else? What poll do you want me to create? Just
Well, if you
engagement.
create, I mean, just if you're creating a poll, just let them see like one sign in on deadline day, maybe one or two sign-ins.
Okay. What about Jose Mourinho, man?
A lot of people
Jesus,
have been talking about Jose Mourinho today, and
Jose.
I mean, all these guys, I'm there, but at the same time, I think Jose
Okay.
Mourinho is a good manager. I think he was
Maybe
good.
we do a poll. Where do you think Jose Mourinho will end up next? A in the
PSG.
Simbin, PSG, Saudi Arabia, or Manchester United? Nah, we won't come back here.
You want to know something? I think he might end up in our national team.
You
I
know,
think that is the next evolution for him, and I think he would dominate at national football.
take over the England national team from Southgate.
Maybe at England, I wouldn't dream to say let him come to coach Trinidad. I don't think we could afford him, but at the same
to
time,
Trinidad.
we probably
Oh,
could
he will
afford him.
enjoy that. Like,
They probably wouldn't want to pay for him,
he
but
got
we
to
could
Scarborough
afford him.
Beach to enjoy,
Yeah, of course. You know what I
Come
mean?
on.
Hot sun, football, beach bodies. You can't get better than that all day long.
Yeah. All right. I do a quick start poll. I do a quick poll. I will end this like and subscribe poll right now because you guys have been so good. You've been doing that. So I need to start a new poll. Yeah. So, Mark, what else is on your radar? Did we slip anything?
Not much. I mean, other than that, there's not too much to talk about. In my honest opinion, the only thing we could be looking forward is what's going to happen with Manchester United over the next 2 weeks. Are we going to see more players going? Are we seeing Anthony Martial leaving? Because reports are, this is the report that I forgot to mention. Inter Milan have been, made contact with Anthony Martial agent. We know he came back from Turkey without striking
Yeah.
a deal with the Turkish giants Fenerbahce. But at the same time, you never know. Like, it might be positive in the sense it might make Fenerbahce up their deal and try to get it done over the line in January. Or Inter Milan might take Anthony Martial off our hands, which I hope is the end result either way, whichever team he goes to. And I hope we could wish him well by the end of this transfer window.
Whoa. Really?
Yeah, yeah.
But the power is with Martial for sure. He can stink up his. He can sit there and get still his weekly wage. No worries. Doesn't have to play football, right? You know, Anthony Martial for England manager. Yeah, take that.
I mean, no, he meant Jose Mourinho.
I was just joking. Just joking. I'm a good man
Percent.
now.
But I think in any regards, I think United need to move forward, no matter what we do right now. Right now, what happening with the team is only for a time. Like we're not playing so well, but the funny
Yeah.
fact is we closer to the top half. We closer in the top chasing pack than in the bottom chasing pack
Oh,
in the top.
you're so romantic at the moment. Why don't we just do
No,
like, listen, I have a solution. Why don't we just take this blank check and say I owe you? You just go get anyone you want in the market, and I say I give you this paper. I owe
well,
you.
Mick, if
Sir Jim and the dodgy what do you call it? Dodgy Dave and the
Dodgy Dave
from the
and the quarter sexuals. I
and the
mean,
quarter section was sorted
if
out.
they hire me
Marginal.
to bring in to deal with BDD for United, trust me,
Yeah.
I would clean things up in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Might do percentage marginal improvements. Here you go.
Marginal improvements. You'll see
Marginal.
drastic change will be afoot. It'll be like a storm, like a tornado pass through Old
Yeah.
Trafford, whoosh,
Yeah.
and all the
Marginal
dead
improvement.
would go gone on
Yeah.
one.
What is this marginal improvements percentage wise? Like,
Little different things that could improve your performance little by little. Like, drink 1 glass of water that keep you more
yeah.
hydrated so you run
Oh,
a little bit longer. You know,
this
if
this
you're
guy is a guru in that. Like, he's imagining him being like a marriage counselor for marginal improvements, like performance management, marginal improvements to make your spouse happier. 1% endurance. Take an inhaler, Mark. Take whatever pill you need to do to cheat.
yeah,
Just jokes aside, people.
it's not too far. Sir Dave's Brilford we're talking about here. This guy
Sir.
he's make sure and he takes it to the limit. He lives on that 1% of edge. You know what I mean? That little edge that you could get. Every little thing counts. If you have to put a thicker sole in inside your shoes, if you have more spring off the ground, he will probably tell you to add that.
Sorry for
You never
laughing.
know.
Sorry for laughing. Dodgy Dave, what Stephanie's griffin? 1% from Dodgy Dave. Yeah, this is funny. Dodgy Dave, the bicycle repairman. Yeah, I
Evo
once thought
Bostic is
I.
coming in, defending Doddy J. If he's saying marginal improvements is you know what you want to achieve, you break it
True.
down into smaller achievable steps
Yes,
to
I
get
know what
there.
that means.
Yeah, we know, man. We're
We're
just
just
having a
making
little bit
fun.
of
We're
fun,
just
you
having
know?
fun, yeah, Evo. Don't worry. Don't take it too serious, my friend. And you know me, the Evo. You know I always like to joke about. I like to be serious, but I have a great sense of humor. Sometimes very, people been complaining about my dry humor sometimes. Anyway, that's all we can do. Like, when we are when life gives you lemons, you make a lemonade. You make the best out of situation, right? So as what we started this stream with, the proof will be in the pudding until it's eaten, right? True.
100%.
Pudding. Yes, I keep saying pudding. The proof will be in the pudding. Yes.
The proof will be in the pudding, like SPK is saying, I'm strongman United new performance coach.
Get out of town.
You know what
All
I'm
right.
saying?
Too much. 58 likes. Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for supporting us. We do love you as well. Thank you. Give you love hearts for that one. And actually, my personal, I'll also give you my like as well. Mark, guys, I had a little bit of a meltdown the other day. I felt like, geez, I just came out and did a 12 minutes video, and I just felt like I don't really feel good right now. Um, so today, after this stream, I feel so much better for talking to you guys. Like, mentally, I'm super strong. But there's a lot of things that's going on around your life, you know, and plus, the love for the club and love for the team that's hasn't been easy. So I personally have to thank each and everyone in this VR room and every moderator and you, Mark, and everyone. So they're also helping me through this hard time as well. So thanks. I'm just human, and I think as a Superman, I'm not a Superman, but Superman. I think I bite that kryptonite. I got a little bit of the kryptonite dose, and I hate it. Like, I got weakened, right? But I guess everyone else has been feeling a little bit of that kryptonite as well. So thank you. So this stream is for you guys. Like, this is for community. And hopefully we can provide a little bit more positive energy. Like, to get by through this season 2024, guys. What Reshmano is saying, Maddie? What are you saying, my friend? Granada.
Is in very advanced negotiations for
Read that.
Facundo Pellistri. Total agreement between Granada and Pellistri. All that remains is for Manchester United to accept the
The
conditions.
conditions. And that has to do with some form of interlinkage with us retracting back Alvaro Fernandez to give them a replacement, must be. Because what happened to Pelisti was a better loan option was PSV, according to my opinion, in the Dutch league, right?
Yeah, I think we have a little contingent of guys right now in La Liga. For some reason, it maybe it might be the right league for the development of these players. Big up, Hannibal Medri was in the stands tonight watching Sevilla play against Getafe. They won
Mm.
3-1. Mason Greenwood contributed immensely, but he couldn't take the team over the
Yeah.
line tonight. But at the same time, as a third United player will be in Spain playing, and it's
Yeah.
like it's good. It's good to see that these young lads getting the opportunities where they go into places in a quality league and perform.
But as long as they come back, I mean, Hannibal Medri is super happy. At the same time, this is a sort of a player that I've been monitoring for quite a while and been excited over, and always wanted to see him to get a chance in the first team. You saw this beautiful goal he took. I think it was a month ago, or was it 2 months ago, almost, right? Still young, right? Still young, and wish them all the best. You wish them all the best, but if you can retract them back, like if they can develop, we have a future. Otherwise, we will be stuck in this buying, wishing cycle, right? Now, what's the point of then having an academy, right? But mental health is an important issue. I read a comment earlier before, so I just definitely, guys, everyone wish you all the mental health. Like if it gets too rough, step away. Like I needed to take one day just to clear my mind, right? And I wasn't supposed to do any stream today, but then it's like, God, I miss talking to the community, so that's why I'd like, let's do this, let's go. Curls 87, what you're saying, it's been a huge strain for United fans this year. I agree. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Reggie,
Yeah,
Reggie is
it's a,
saying when I'm mentally in a tough time, I always think about Mark rating Bruno, and that gets me in a happy space. Reggie, big up to you, bro. Big up on.
all right. I was reading Curls 87's comment, but you got the point there, man. Big up to you, boys. Mick and Mark. MMM is in the house, not the rapper MMM, right?
Yeah, true. Not the rappers. And he also said it wouldn't be half as much fun without you guys. So
Yeah.
Mick.
Eminem is like, up comes the gravity. You gotta lose it. Gotta let it go. Go, go. What's that song? Jeez, I'm so bad rapping.
8 Mile. I mean, yeah, I believe it's 8 Mile
Eight
his
Mile.
name.
Yeah, yeah. Eminem direct. Yeah, 100%.
Big up
Listen, big
G.
up. Big, good banter at the end. That's what we need. Feel good factor. No more sensational. All I'm saying, linked to who we're gonna sign in the summer, but they're so far fetched, guys. Like Afcon is on right now. I met a guy from your brother. Where you from? He said to me, he was from Nigeria. It was at like 2 a.m. in the morning in the middle of 7-Eleven in Phuket, Thailand. He was trying to sell me some illegal stuff. But it's like, yeah, it's a big up. Like Nigeria. Who's gonna win Afcon? Who you reckon? Nigeria favorites or
Well, I thinking about switching my team. I was going
switching
to
teams?
support Ghana this AFCON, right?
Mark, are
But
you gonna switch team to Liverpool? What are you
no,
saying?
no, no. Switching. I think I'm switching teams to Mali now because
To
I'm watching
Mali.
all these historically smaller nations in the football in Africa, playing so well that they're upsetting the bigger teams. Like Equatorial Guinea came back and they beat this team the other day. Then Cameroon had a tough game yesterday with Guinea, and then today Mali beat South Africa 2-0.
Wow.
I'm like, what? You know what I mean? So. But you know what, guys? When we was watching that Equatorial Guinea game, I have to say one thing. We need to scout their goalkeeper. He's 22 years old and he's 10 times better than Onana. Trust what I'm saying. Listen, ask Drex if you guys in the chat don't think I'm talking sense. The guy was saving every single thing. He was like Vicario when they played us the first game and he made that triple save.
Yeah. See, Alien Tendo says Senegal will win AFCON. Nick Nash saying facts. Shivram gives Jarvis, Jarvis, Jarvis. Jarvis Cocker is in the house. Jarvis is in the house. Jarvis is in the house. The legendary Jarvis say, I would like to hear Mark rapping rather than Mick. I'm sure he can split some lyrics. Do you take request 50 cents? Jarvis is saying.
Jarvis. Yeah. No, Jarvis, maybe on the next stream, I'll do it for you guys for free. I won't charge 50 cents.
Really? Rock and roll for you. All right, guys. Anyway, thank you for being so beautiful and thank you for all the support. I'm just going to see the poll, what you guys are saying. And, 71% of you said you don't believe that we're going to sign anyone in the summer window. And that's more realistic, right? 29% are still delusional and believe. That's up to you. You say 21%, 29% says yes. Majority of this community here says no, 71%. And that's realism, right? At the end of the day, everyone is entitled for their opinion. I'd be happy if
100%.
we do sign, but it's got to be the right player. It's got to be. I mean, yeah, we need a reinforcement striker. Definitely, we only have Hoyland on top, but you got to have midfielders that can provide the striker as well. Like, you know what I mean?
100%. You have to have midfielders.
Mm.
We have to have a balanced team at the end of the day, and we already know that this team needs to fix things and work on it.
Yeah, Jarvis he says he just woke up, had a late nap. Yeah, naps is good for you, recovery, my friend.
Yeah, man.
Take it easy because Jarvis will be back tomorrow and cook, right?
Yeah,
He will be
big
cooking
up.
tomorrow.
He will be cooking, and Jarvis cooks well, and he has all the tactical information for everyone. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
When Jarvis speaks about the tactical stuff, listen to Jarvis. He knows what he's talking about. Trust me, guys.
He does certainly do.
Oh,
Yes.
and the goalkeeper for Equatorial Guinea, his name is Owono, and apparently I think he's related to
Onana.
Onana. He's his cousin, apparently.
We have to keep him away from
Swear,
us.
I swear, I swear. But the guy is the good goalkeeper. We get how we got Jason Sancho and not Jaden? That
Yeah, we got
guy is the
Jason.
real Onana we wanted. It's just we mispronounced his pronunciation. It was Owana we wanted, not
Owana.
Onana. Yeah,
So we were supposed to buy Owana, but
Owana.
we ended up with Onana.
Onana. Yeah, you know what I mean? Understand.
Okay. Listen, we have a request that you will do a 50-cent rap next time, but we save it for next time because he got to practice, and definitely, are you committing to that?
Yeah, I will be.
Yeah. You're a good sound engineer. You worked with rappers before, so you know hip hop, right?
Yeah, lots of it. You know what I mean? It's
If you guys don't know,
tiring.
this guy is a sound engineer. He's a producer as well. So he's worked with big artists. Like, so big up to you, man. Um, Please like the channel. SBK saying Maria Steyer. What do you say? Onana is the only keeper in in the history of football who made himself smaller at the near post. It was like I was watching that. It was like if you watch handball, like handball when they throw it, they go like this. The
Yeah, but it's
fucking
not even that. He kneeled down and the ball literally passed right by the side of his head. So if he was standing, it would have hit his chest.
Yeah. All right. I'm ending this poll, guys. 69% is down to no. 31 has increased. Ending poll right now. Um, Sun Greenwood in Deadwood out. Yeah. And listen, guys, big up for all of you for coming in here. It was nice to talk to you. And tune in tomorrow. Goddamn. Jarvis Cocker's Corner. You see if I be awake. Hopefully I will. But we're going to talk about, I don't know when we're going to talk, football tactics, everything that you want us to talk about. Because we decided that, this remaining of 2 weeks, probably not going to be some more sensational news. So better just to stick together as a community, engage with you guys, have positive vibes, and go to sleep and feel happy. Wake up with a smile. So this stream is dedicated to you. This show is for you, and obviously was to talk. Talk is cheap, but action speaks louder than the words. And we coming together here is more an action than words, right? So hope you understand this purpose of the stream. And
100%.
Mark was late because he was constipated in the toilet. He admitted it. He put his hand up. At least he's got his shit out here today in this stream. Sometimes he talks shit, but sometimes he talks fact. We agree to disagree sometimes, but I love you. And anyway,
Big up, Mick. You know, glad you got some rest today and you got outside. Make sure you go check out the Muay Thai fights.
I
Like
will do.
Thomas was suggesting. Maybe go check out some parties. Not the ones with the chicks with swinging. Tricks, but
I actually got dragged into this one of these drag ladyboy shows. I don't know. It's so confusing. I'm so confused nowadays that I see. Oh, that's a nice looking. I don't know what it is.
person.
Yeah, but because you got so unsure, like if it's a boy or a girl, like lady boy, you know. Good stream, guys. Thank you, Lilies. Thank you so much as per usual, guys. I want to shout out everyone before we close the shop. Big up for Matt, Alien, Tenno, Rashi, Rashmano for gifting those 20 memberships, and everyone that became a member. Keep coming back. Keep telling other people about this channel, and who else? Stephanie Griffith for keeping the count. All the big legends that are in here. Alien Tenor. What did I say? Jarvis Cocker. You will see Jarvis tomorrow. Red G, Lillis, Nico Evi come in here. Say big up Kagzilla Bratan. Big up everyone. Are we going to call back Onana to play against the team in Newport? Please. That was the joke of the day, wasn't it?
Big up, big up. Yo, I don't have the picture here. I wish I had the picture to share with you guys, but you guys have to see what Onana was wearing when he took that flight, guys.
Yeah.
It
John
was
Johnson is here. And listen, Admiral Drex is here, one of your mates as well. Big up Admiral Drex as well. I love you too, man. Seriously, I'm out of gas. Jamie Wayne, what do you call him? Mick, any spanner? Yeah, yeah, of course, Jamie. When you should have your spanner back, you're moderating. Just no worries. Jarvis, can you make sure that you give Jamie back his spanner? He wants to go into the garage and balance those wheels so we can drive straight. You know what I mean? Because currently we are unbalanced. Big up, Maria as well. Big good to see you. Off now. Time for America's Untold Stories. Yeah, I enjoy your show. Yeah, big up to you. Whatever you do, just chill, relax, watch some feel good movies, whatever you like to do. I haven't watched a TV show for a while, but I'm going to do that. Big up. Guys, thank you so much. See you guys tomorrow. Mark, any final words before you die?
Guys, have a good evening. Don't be too stressed about Manchester United. You know what? Go out, have time with the family. There's 2 weeks away from football, but don't forget to miss Jarvis' show tomorrow night, guys. You know what I
That's
mean?
it.
Be here for the show, but have time with the family, work, enjoy yourself, get out, if you're in the weather that you could get out and enjoy the fresh air, do that. But if you're like Jarvis and it's -10, stay inside, stay warm, stay safe. Have fun, you know,
Good
make
night.
sure you get out.
5:27 in the morning for me. It is time to sleep. Guys, don't let the bed bugs bite and don't let the media or 25%, what do you call them? So Dodgy Dave and the
Dodgy Dave and the Quarter Sexuals, the Ineos
Heck.
band.
That's all for us, guys, and thank you for watching, for tuning in. Like, subscribe, bell buttons, glazes out, bankers out. Love and light. See you guys. Bye for now.
That's all, folks.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.